I am planning on watching the Terrifier movies. Been getting those comments a lot because the third one's dropping. But I have to watch those on my own. My wife is not going to watch those, nor would she want to. But there is an actor in the second and third one that I may be having my manager reach out to for a specific role. So I feel like I should definitely watch those. So stay tuned for that stuff. But excuse me.
Jesus,
oh gosh,
bro.
So gross, man. I'm so sorry. I should have muted. That was nasty. But on to our main topic. Pollo Loco premiered last night, about 20 hours ago. And I'll pull up the stats right now, but to put into perspective, our best performing long form video on YouTube for the first 24 hours got
GTRP video.
It's a Life of Luxury reaction, actually.
Oh,
it's like almost 10 minutes long. Yeah. It has 170,000 views, okay, total, in like the last 2.5 years or something since posted. And so to put into perspective, that video received 5,100 views, in the first 24 hours. This cold is kicking my ass, man. I'm so sorry. So the first 24 hours, that our highest performing video on my YouTube channel received 5,100 views. Right now, 20 hours in, Pollo Loco is at 4,653 with 412.9 watch hours, which is like insane. The average watch time is like 5 minutes and 20 seconds, which is 5 minutes and 21 seconds now, actually. It's going up. That is like our highest retention rate ever. So the short film is performing incredibly well for my YouTube channel, especially since I'm a short form content creator. We are going to pass 5,100 in the first 24 hours based off of its like trajectory right now, which is a huge win for the short film. I'm telling you right now, I am going to not shut up. I'm serious. Like, people are gonna be like, will you please shut the fuck up about your short film? That is what it's gonna turn into, and I do not care. This is what you have to do. That's the indie filmmaker grind. I am not gonna shut up until it hits 100,000 views. When it hits 100,000 views, I plan on releasing the screenplay. Like, just here it is if you want to read it. Like, if you know, so if that's something you're looking forward to, watch it, share it with your friends and family. The films like this, indie films in general, really, their performance is mainly from word of mouth. So if you go, yo, you remember that crumble cookie guy? Bro goes crazy in this short film. It's like some Patrick Bateman shit. Like, literally, like, just shout it from the rooftops. Watch it twice. Watch it 3 times. Get that retention rate up, the view rate. Like, that is the best thing you could do for it. If you're a big supporter of this podcast and my content and the filmmaking and all that stuff, that is the best thing you can do for it, is just get people to watch it. Watch it once a day, the whole thing. I don't care if you're in the shower and it's just playing on your phone while you shower for 20 minutes. Who cares, man? Like, anything and everything when it comes to the view time is just a win. So, because and I will tell you why. When we get to 100,000 views, I can go to a producer and go, if half of those people watched it by renting it for $5 or buying it for $10 or buying a movie ticket at a limited screening, that is literally like, we're talking a $300,000 film budget back to itself in less than a year. And like, just to make your money back as an indie filmmaker on your first film is enough to get like studios interested in having you make something, which is a crazy thing to say, but like that is enough to open doors and get the next one made even easier. The first feature film is the one that really establishes a filmmaker as somebody who can make a film. It just like, literally, the film just has to be average. Like, yeah, it was fine. They made a film. Like, not very many people finish a feature film. Like, you know, like, it's crazy to think how many short films out there are just unfinished. It's the same thing for features because they're so hard to make, man. Like, just making a feature film is enough to like be like, oh, that this person is a serious filmmaker. And so that's the goal. So get Pollo Loco to 100,000 views, guys. It is updating right now. It's already at almost 4,660. So it is going up. I mean, we're getting like 3 or 4 views a minute, I think. So if we keep that rate going, we will definitely. I mean, by the time you see this video, it's already been 24 hours. But I mean, if we're talking like the first 72 hours, if we hit 15,000 views, this short film is going to have a really good lifespan. So thank you guys for such an incredible premiere. The number one comments I saw were great acting. The number one complaint I saw was the funk music. And I think that is so funny because the song in the garage that I think most people are talking about, they're like, I didn't like it. It made me it felt weird. And I'm like, it's supposed to be uncomfortable. Bro's being tortured. Like, that's the point of the song. It's supposed to be jarring and uncomfortable. You're supposed to feel like him. Like, you're supposed to anticipate it, you know?
Did anybody just say that they don't like funk? Because what I've learned pretty recently,
some people, yeah.
There's people who just straight up just think it doesn't sound good. And like, that's
fine.
Yeah. So
I don't plan on using funk again unless I make another film set in that world, and it'll be like a nod. Like, it'll be like one of those songs again as like the credits or something, just to, you know, pay homage or something. But the next film that I'm making is supposed to have like a modern 80s feel. So if you like the movie Drive and the soundtrack that has, it's going to be very similar to that, but even more vibey. Like, the whole film is going to be like that. Like, it's the opening, every time people go, it has like a really interesting like first couple pages. Like, I tell them, yeah, and if you want to like really imagine what it's supposed to be, think like a modern. The second Top Gun is not a good example because it's literally like doing the same thing the 80s Top Gun did with its opening. Which, Chris, did you see Top Gun Maverick?
I haven't even seen the original Top Gun, bro.
Watch them both when you get a chance. I think they're both on my account. The second Top Gun is literally one of the best films I've ever seen. Like, it's definitely like a top 50 movie, I think. It is that fucking good, and it has that modern 80s feel. So if you like stuff like that, you're gonna love my first feature. What was I gonna say? Oh, but like the opening sequence is very Top Gun-esque, but it's like, it's just very chill and it's like, this is the Coast Guard and like this is an air station. You know what I mean? And like it's gonna be really sick, man. I'm so excited to film at that air station and show people a world that I don't think many people know exists. Like, it's really crazy when I talk to people about the Coast Guard and they're like, that's like the National Guard? And I'm like, no, that is like active duty, full time. Like, it's the military, man. Like, I did everything that the other branches do. I went to boot camp. I got the same pay grade. I get paid the same as them, all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm really excited to get that one in a pre-production. But yeah, go watch Pollo Loco, guys. I can't thank you enough for the support it's gotten, and it's shaping up to be the perfect calling card when I go to producers later this year. So thank you. It seriously means a lot. And rate it on Letterboxd and IMDb. That's another great way to support it. We're about to hit 300 watches on Letterboxd with like 189 reviews, which is insane. I think we have 38 written reviews on IMDb with 353 watches on there. And both are like a really good indicator as to like the fact that there's a real audience there. Like, you could basically, like, I would say, I don't know, like 100 times that number. That's a good indicator to like how many people will watch it. So we're talking like 30,000 people, or sorry, if you do both combined, we're talking like 60,000 people from that. I am going to be reaching out to festivals too, to get the numbers from them. Like, how many people watched it. So I think that'll be a really good statistic to bring to a producer as well. Like, yo, the Lonely Wolf Film Festival sent out an email and they said in the first 24 hours, our film was #1 with over 10,000 views. So I'm like, that's crazy. That's like such a, like, I wonder how many views that it got at that festival total. Probably like 25,000 or something. So it's all ammunition. Quick ad break. Support us on Patreon. It's as little as $1. I played Dead by Daylight with a couple people this morning. I'm gonna be hopping on later tonight to play some more. That was really fun. Use code DannyD for 10% off. Or sorry, 10% off Fit Butters. I just tried birthday cake, which was fine. I think the sprinkles melted, so it didn't.
Yeah,
they were. I don't. That's unfortunate, but it tasted like cake. They have over 20 flavors, man. They're like the G Fuel of nut butters.
Jesus, bro.
Excuse me, man. It's my throat. It's the talking. I lost my voice the other day, man. It was bad. Use code DannyD for 20 to 30% off at gfuel.com. The new Ghost Face flavor is great. They have a hydration version and an energy version. I have tried the energy version, and if you like Goth Girlfriend, which is blackberry apple, I think this one is slightly better. It's like Power Pellet, which is like a cherry lollipop mixed with that green apple flavor, so it's got a little bit of tart sourness.
I bet you Dad would like that.
I think he would too. It is great. The tub looks awesome. They got some really cool shakers inspired by Ghostface as well. Those are both in stock. The hydration version is caffeine free. If you're somebody who's not a fan of caffeine, use code DannyD to support the content. And then giveaway time for Spooky Month. I'm giving away a horror film Blu-ray every week, and this week that is Halloween 5. This is a sealed 4K copy. This is like I think a limited run actually. Shout Factory sent this to me.
Dang.
So this is an interesting I mean, you could, I don't know if you can tell by the artwork that the mask in this one is a little rough, but
it looks like a Dead by Daylight, like.
It does. Oh, my camera's over here. Sorry, trying to show you.
There it is. Jesus,
it is
bro.
definitely an interesting entry into this franchise, and the winner of that is Lipoma on Discord, which I looked up. I was like, "What the hell is lipoma?" And I looked it up, and it's like a fatty tumor.